Hello children, let us continue the other part of the lesson. Alright, now, so far we have seen what is an universal adult franchise, and as a citizen, how are we supposed to use our right to vote, and like how different parties will attract people in order to win in the elections. Okay, now in the next part of our lesson, let us see formation of the government, what is an opposition of the party, and what are the main features of the democracy. The party that wins the majority of seats in a legislature forms the government. Representative democracy means the rule of the majority. Now different parties will contest in the elections. So the people who will vote to particular representative, and the party that gains maximum number of votes will be the ruling party, and the party that has lost the elections will be the opposition party. Okay, and the ruling party will have, or the party that wins the elections will have the right to form the government. The government should represent the largest number of people. Many times, one single party does not get a clear majority. In that case, a group of parties combine to form the government. Listen children, if suppose we have three parties, say A, B and C. These three parties will contest in the elections, and they get number of votes, people will vote. Okay, and suppose A got 100, B got 30 and C got 70. Now party A has got maximum number of votes. Therefore, party A can form the government. But in some circumstances, in some cases, no party will have majority of the votes. They may get less number of votes or more or less equally. Say 55 or 50, 45, like that. There will be one magic figure for that. So if any party will not get majority of votes, what happens at that time? Party A and B can combine together and form a government, or party B and C can combine together and form a government, or party A and C can combine together and form a government. So, when a party gains maximum or majority of the votes, that particular party can form the government. In case no other party or any party gained, or any party got less number of votes, no party got the majority votes, in that cases what happens, there will be some discussions among the two parties, they come to one conclusion, and two parties they join together and form the government. This is known as coalition government. That is known as coalition government. If majority party got number of votes more, then they will elect one representative, that is representative government. If two parties combine together and form the government, that is coalition government. Alternatively, the political party with the largest number of seats can form the government if it receives the support of other parties and independent candidates. Now here I have said A got 55. If B is supporting A, then A and B together can form the party, or A and C. But one party should give support to that particular party that has got number of votes more than the other two. Okay. Opposition. The parties that are in the minority form the opposition. I have said you, any party, if they have won the election, that will be the ruling party that can form the government. And the parties that lost the elections, so they are called as the opposition parties. ఎవరు గెలుస్తారో వాళ్ళు రూలింగ్ పార్టీ, ఎవరు ఓడిపోతారో వాళ్ళు opposition party. The minority also has an important role to play in the government of the country. Both the majority and minority are meant to cooperate and work together for the welfare of the people. ఈ పార్టీ ఓడిపోయింది కదా, దే హ్యావ్ నో రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ అని అనుకోవడానికి లేదు. దో దట్ పార్టీ హ్యాస్ లాస్ట్ ది ఎలక్షన్ బట్ స్టిల్ the majority party and the minority party both have the responsibility to take care of the welfare of the people. The majority cannot ignore the opinion of the minority, and it is the duty of the minority to support measures and policies that will benefit the country. నేను ఓడిపోయాను కదా, ఆ పార్టీ గెలిచింది కదా, నేను ఆ పార్టీ పాలసీస్ ఎందుకు అడాప్ట్ చేయాలి, ఎందుకు ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయాలి అని the last party or the minority or the opposition party should not think. The minority party should always support the majority party so that the ruling can be done in a smooth manner. Otherwise ఏమవుతుంది, రెండు పార్టీస్ మధ్య గొడవలు వస్తాయి. అలా రాకుండా ఉండటానికి మెజారిటీ పార్టీ లైక్ పార్టీ దట్ వన్ ది ఎలక్షన్స్, minority party that is the party that lost the elections should work together for the welfare of the people. Features of democracy. There are certain conditions essential for the successful working of the democratic government. So few conditions are there that helps for the proper functioning of the democratic government. What are those? Awareness among citizens. In a democracy, the people must be aware of their rights as well as their duties. They should also keep themselves informed about the functioning of the government. Political awareness is an important condition of democracy. Beginning from the lesson, we are learning that as a citizen, we should be aware. We should have information enough about one particular party or what is happening in the country, in what way the particular government is governing the country. Enlightened and wise leadership. It is assumed that enlightened voters are led by wise and enlightened leadership. What does it mean? A leader who is taking part in an election should be well educated and should have good qualities, and also he should have leadership qualities in order to rule the country or a state. Sound public opinion. A democratic government is based on the public opinion. Obviously, democracy is nothing but the people's government. So democratic government is completely based on the opinion of the people. If sound public opinion is formulated and properly expressed, the government cannot ignore or harm the rights of the people. If the people are not happy of the government policies, andaru kalisi unitedly if they are fighting against that rule of the government, then the government has to consider that particular opinion of the people and it should take proper measures in order to avoid the harmness to the society. But what actually are public opinion? What do you mean by this public opinion? The opinion of the people on issues and matters of public concern and welfare is called public opinion. So the opinion or the idea the people are gathering, government ఏం చేస్తుంది సొసైటీకి, what are the measures, is it good or a bad, their decision is nothing but the public opinion. It may not be the opinion of all the people, it may be generally the opinion of the majority of the people. At times, even a minority may express an opinion which may be in the interest of the entire community. So, అది public opinion ఎప్పుడు అవుతుంది? నేను ఒక opinion చెప్పాను, అది public opinion అవుతుందా? My individual opinion cannot be considered as a public opinion. Suppose I have one idea. What I will do, I'll share with group of people that are existing in the society or community. If most of the people are supporting my idea or my opinion or my decision, then it becomes the majority. Then it can be considered as the public opinion. And leftover will be the minority opinion. But sometimes that also should be considered by these people representatives. Disciplined citizens. Citizens should have self-control. They should have the ability to give up self-interest for the welfare of the society. Citizens should have the ability to accept the view of the majority even if they disagree. Suppose if పబ్లిక్ ఒపీనియన్ మెజారిటీ ఆఫ్ ది పీపుల్ సపోర్ట్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు నేను ఎందుకు చేయాలి? We shouldn't have such question in our mind. If it is happening good for everybody, a self-interest అనేది we have to remove it from ourselves, because on us as a citizen society responsibility కూడా ఉంటుంది. Discipline in political parties. If parties are well organized and disciplined, the elections will be smooth and the government will function efficiently. Not only the citizens should have the discipline, but the parties, what all the parties they are forming and they are taking part in the elections, they also should be sincere enough and should have discipline. ఎలక్షన్స్ అవుతుంది కదా, నేనే వెళ్తాను, నేనే ఎలక్షన్స్ కండక్ట్ చేస్తాను, అక్కడ అందరు జనాల్ని పోగేసి నా పార్టీకే ఓటేయాలి అని చెప్తాను. నో, it shouldn't happen. If you are disciplined enough, if you are sincere enough, you cast your vote, sit at home, so that elections can be done in a smooth manner. కొన్ని చోట్ల మనం చూస్తాం, you will watch many movies children, like whenever the elections happens, few people will come, a ballot boxes దొంగతనం చేయడం, ఇలాంటివి it happens in the during the elections. But as a representative or as a responsible citizen, one should be very sincere enough. Unfair things shouldn't happen during the elections. So అది ఎప్పుడు జరుగుతాయి? when the parties are disciplined enough. నా పార్టీయే గెలవాలి అని అంటే that is స్వార్థం. నీ పార్టీ ఎప్పుడు గెలుస్తుంది? when you are doing good things for the welfare of the people, then people will choose obviously your party only. But added, the party ki ఏమి ఉండాలి, like what are the qualifications? The representative should be well educated enough, he should have good background, he should be honest enough and a disciplined person. They must not be organized on parochial or communal considerations. They should not encourage communalism, casteism or narrow regionalism. See, suppose I'm taking part in the election. I'm Hindu. అప్పుడు నేను ఏం చేస్తాను? అందరు హిందూస్ని గ్యాదర్ చేసి I can't ask them to vote for me only. No. As a representative, we shouldn't create confusion or chaos among the people in the society to vote. ఇలాంటివి ఏవి కూడా ఒక రిప్రజెంటేటివ్ చేయకూడదు. అంటే ఒక కమ్యూనిటీని ఎంకరేజ్ చేస్తూ ఆర్ ఒక రిలీజియన్ని ఒక క్యాస్ట్ని ఎంకరేజ్ చేస్తూ ఒక రిప్రజెంటేటివ్ ఎలక్షన్స్లో పార్టిసిపేట్ చేయడానికి వీలు. దట్ ఈస్ అగెయిన్స్ట్ ది లా. Society should be free from narrow consideration of caste, subcaste, regions or languages. So Hyderabad is a metropolitan city. Different religions, different caste, people with different languages are living today. As a citizen, we should respect every religion, every region, each and every people in the society. That is our responsibility. We shouldn't feel like they are different, we shouldn't speak, we shouldn't touch them. ఇలాంటివి ఏవి కూడా nothing should exist in our mind. None should be denied the basic necessities of life. There should be equal economic opportunity. So every person in the society should have equal opportunity. వాడు గొప్పవాడు కదా, let him get the chance. వీడు he is having no money, he is poor man, why should we give? No, this sort of a thing shouldn't exist in the society. Though he is a rich person, though he is a poor person, all the economic rights or the economic situations should be equal for all variety of people existing in the society. There are many agencies that help people in forming their opinion on any issue or problem. So many sources are there that supports the public opinion. So what are that? Newspapers and periodicals. Newspapers educate the people and spread political awareness among them. They are the most effective means of public opinion. Also, the opinions expressed by various individuals and organizations are published in the newspapers and makes the government aware of them. These views help policies on important issues. So if you open a newspaper channel, what do you find? News that is being covered in all parts of the state. Ekkada em jarugutundi? What is happening? Is it bad or is it good? Everything will be published in the newspaper. So these newspapers are helping the people to gain awareness about the government or about the social and economic conditions, whether it is good or bad, that is being happening in our country or in our state or in our particular society. Radio, television and cinema. Newspapers influence the opinion of only the literate public, but the radio is heard even by the illiterate in every nook and corner of the country. See, newspaper, like who can read? Who are educated, who are literate enough. చదువుకుంటేనే పేపర్ చదవడానికి వస్తుంది. బొమ్మ చూస్తే ఏమైనా అర్థమవుతుందా? No. So only educated people can gain the information that is being published in the newspaper. But radio, blind fellow also can listen to the radio. Illiterate person also can listen to the radio. Am I right? So the news that is being or the information that is being passed over the radio is also very useful. Television has now become so popular that people eagerly await the daily bulletins for the latest news. Spoken news has more direct impact on the people. Even discussions and plays go a long way in forming public opinion. Many films carry social, economic and even political messages. Films also highlight the problems faced by the general public. Television, it's basic need nowadays to every family, right? Intlo bore kodutundi, let us on the TV. If you switch on the TV, what are you supposed to see first? Not the cartoons. You can watch the news as well as nowadays you can see the movies. Even they started framing on biopics. History related movies చూస్తున్నాము, politics కి సంబంధించిన మూవీస్ చూస్తున్నాము, సొసైటీకి మంచి మెసేజ్ ఇచ్చే మూవీస్ చూస్తున్నాము. So these movies also show an impact on the society. But the way we take, నువ్వు మూవీ చూస్తావు, వాడు ఎవడో కొట్టాడు, నువ్వు కొడతానంటావు, but that is a bad one. But what the movie is giving the good అనేది as a citizen you have to take. So television or the movies have both side effects, like either it's bad and good equally, but it depends on us what we are taking. If we are taking the good message, we are good citizen. No, we are taking the bad thing, then we are harmful to the society. Religion. All religions teach us universal brotherhood. None advocate hatred or violence. All religions are same and equal. As an Indian, we respect all religions. That's why we call India as a secular state. Schools and colleges. The books that we read influence our minds to a large extent. Schools and colleges prepare enlightened citizens of the country. Right? So what are the books you read? Ila chadivamu, pakkan pettamu? No. What the book is having the content, you have to understand it and you have to imbibe all those good things and you have to make it into practice. So that also throw enlightenment or that also gives knowledge to the people. Like most of the biographies, if you read, you will come to know what are the good things or in what way they came up from their down level to the higher level. ఏ విధంగా కష్టపడి అబ్దుల్ కలాం has reached to such an excellent position. So our biographies kuda you have to read. The entire political process in a representative democracy revolves around public offices. At the time of elections, all political parties declare their policies and programs. Parties help people to think over national and local issues through meetings and manifestos. So what are the political parties are doing? So what do they gather some people and they make the people as the representatives of that particular party. Elections vachayi ani ante parties anni they make themselves get ready to the elections. ఒక చోట పబ్లిక్ మీటింగ్ పెడతాయి, మా పార్టీ మీకేం చేస్తాయి. సో ఈ సార్ట్ ఆఫ్ పబ్లిక్ మీటింగ్స్ పెట్టి they will reveal their plannings that they are going to do it for the society. Voluntary associations. Every country has a large number of voluntary associations. They include cultural, religious and economic associations. These associations, through street plays, processions and rallies, meetings and protest marches, contribute in the formulation of the public. Voluntary associations. So voluntary అంటే suppose something has happened in the society, ఒక మంచి జరగలేదు, it happened something wrong. So ఒక పర్సన్ ఏంటంటే we have వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారు, they gather the people, rallies అంటారు, strikes అంటారు, all these things they will do it in the society. It means they are fighting against the bad so that something good should happen. Now if you see farmers, ఇప్పుడు మీరు చూస్తే like near the New Delhi the farmers ఒక ర్యాలీ చేస్తున్నారు, like recently Jan 26 కి they had a tractor rally. They are fighting against the government because they are not happy. గవర్నమెంట్ చెప్పిందల్లా జనాలు చేయాలి అని లేదు. దట్ ఈస్ ది డెమోక్రటిక్ గవర్నమెంట్. అదే మొనార్కియల్ గవర్నమెంట్ అంటే కింగ్ రూల్ చేసేది ఏమవుతుంది, కింగ్ చెప్పిందే వేదం. We have no option to say no, other than we have to do it. But democratic government is a people's government. If we are not happy, we have right to vote to fight against the government. So this is voluntary associations. You already know that India is a land of diversity. Yes, different languages, different religions, different people. Differences in region, race and religion sometimes divide people into groups. This disturbs the harmony of a country and gives rise to the conflicts. What are those? Now, different religions unna, somewhere or the other, some disturbances will be happening. Water conflicts in India have reached every level and divide every segment of our society. Political parties, states, regions, sub-regions, within states, district, caste and individual farmers. In countries with a federal structure of power, conflicts over the distribution and usage of water during different times of the year are a constant source of tension. Even on the natural resources also people will fight. So nowadays we can see there is a fight against the power distribution and water supply. Very good example we can discuss is like Andhra Pradesh got divided into two states, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, right? Now these two states has a tug of war between the distribution of the power as well as distribution of the water. Kaveri River water dispute involves the states of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala. So Kaveri River, it flows all these three states. So Tamil Nadu and Karnataka and Kerala, they have fight against regarding the distribution of water that is being getting from Kaveri River. Maakinta kavalante maakinta kavali. So these sort of conflicts, godavalu anevi rise avutayi. The Krishna River water issue involves the states of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. So issue related Krishna River will be there between the states Maharashtra, Karnataka, AP and Telangana. These issues have resulted in tensions between these states. Obviously two states goda padutunnayi ani ante, so something bad will happen. So eventante society lo some sort of a tension will be arised. The dispute over Ravi Bees waters is between Punjab and Haryana. Water conflicts arise due to the scarcity of water caused by faulty water management practices. Most of the major rivers in India flow through more than one state. Water dispute. So if you see most of the rivers, they follow throughout all the states in our country. So water conflicts ante disputes related to water eppudu arise avutayi when we have the scarcity of water. Why the scarcity of water is arising? Because one thing, we are not using the water resource in a proper way, and the other thing due to the less rainfall. ఒకవేళ వర్షాలు తగ్గు పడ్డా కూడా water scarcity అనేది arise. Now, why these water disputes arise? Because first thing, the use, distribution or control of the water with respect to many interstate rivers or river valleys. Distribution, suppose ఇప్పుడే చూసాము Kaveri river, it is flowing through Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala. If that water is distributed equally among the three states, then all the three states will be happy. No, Karnataka ki ekuvichi, Kerala ki takuviste, then the dispute will arise. The understanding of agreement relating to the use, distribution or control of such a waters. So agreements, they do some MOU, memorandum of understanding between two states. Our understanding anedi, if it goes in a proper way, well and good. Ledu anukunte malli godavalu. The implementation of any such agreement or in the levy of any water rate. So agreement ni implement చేసేటప్పుడు కూడా it should be taken care enough that the agreement should benefit for both the states. అలాగని ఒక స్టేట్ కి బెనిఫిట్స్ ఉండి ఇంకో స్టేట్ కి లేదు అని అంటే that is a problem. Next, minorities. All the citizens in a democracy have the freedom to protect their culture. No one can be persecuted on basis of religion, race, caste or language. In a democratic country, every citizen has a freedom to protect their culture, to protect their religion, to protect their region, to protect their caste. All minority communities, whether religious, linguistic or otherwise, have equal rights to reside in different parts of the country and to protect their individuality. So as an individual, I have a right to stay in any place of the country. In my India, every citizen has a right to settle in any place. Democracy can succeed only if people have faith in this system. So eppudu democracy success avutundi if people, if the citizens ఒక సిస్టమ్ మీద ట్రస్ట్, నమ్మకము అనేది ఉంటే, అండ్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ రన్నింగ్ యాజ్ పర్ ది పబ్లిక్ ఒపీనియన్, then only democracy will be succeeding. If we have any disagreements, we should express them in a peaceful manner and try to understand the decisions of the government before protesting against them. Only then will our democracy be able to function at its best. Something is not good, like suppose farmers ఇప్పుడు fight చేస్తున్నారు against their rights and the government, they are taking few measures, అంటే ఒక డిస్కషన్ పెట్టుకుంటారు and they come to one conclusion so that government is also happy. Through the government policies, farmers are also happy. అలాగని government చెడు చేస్తుంది, we will fight against among everybody and bombs and even these sort of a violence we shouldn't create in the society. So we have to fight against our right in a peaceful manner, but not with the violence. Then only a democracy can be run successfully in any place of the world. So this is about your lesson, democracy, children. Hope you understood the lesson. Okay, we'll meet in the next class. Till the time, take care. Bye bye.